still to come today. My flourless cake, made soft with ground almonds and given a kick with marmalade.
You've got something with jasmine on it, with that orange marmalade cake. Would be absolutely delicious.
And my strawberry mousse cake, light fruit flavours on a Genoese sponge base.
The smells are incredible. The smell is absolutely gorgeous on this.
Nature makes many flowers that you can eat, but these have all been crafted by hand from sugar. These edible flowers are attracting a lot of attention, and it's hardly surprising that their creator already has an impressive list of clients, including Kate Moss, Sir Elton John, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Sir Anthony Hopkins, all fans of these exquisitely designed flowers. And I'm honoured that their designer Peggy Portion has come into my kitchen with her assistant Olivia to help her prepare the sugar pastes.
Welcome, Peggy. Looking at these flowers and these cakes, botanically, are they perfect?
Probably not botanically. I do take inspiration from the real flower, but my flowers I would call stylized rather than botanically perfect.
Right. And which one? I mean, the one that stands out for me at the moment looking at are those over there. They look incredible.
Yeah, they are sweet peas, and it's made up of 4 petals per blossom. Then the next one in the front is a peony, very intricate and very frilly. And then on the front you've got a vintage sugar rose with hydrangeas, an orchid, an anemone, and a dahlia. I
mean, when you look at the ones behind us as well, the decoration that goes into one cake like that, it does look stunning. And botanically, for me, some of them look real. You know, you have to take a second look. For something like that, how long would it take?
Probably, if I did it all myself, I would probably be working almost a week on this.
A week?
Yes, because you also have drying stages. You need to dust each individual petal with petal dust, tape them together, steam them. There are lots of little stages involved to make flour.
Okay, what's it actually made from?
It's made from flour paste, sugar flour paste, which is basically like a made of icing sugar.
When you do these big commissions, when people come along, you're dealing with people who want the next level up. Do they want something that's out the box?
Yes, we usually work on a bespoke basis, and a lot of our customers come to us and want something that hasn't been there before. So I sketch cakes from scratch and develop designs for them based on their personal taste and style.
I actually studied as a sculptor in art school originally. And it almost comes into that realm, doesn't it, of sculpting and the use of food and creating something.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought we'd try something simple to begin with, which is a moulded sugar rose.
And that's simple, is it?
Fair. It's a good beginner's rose, I'd say. And also for this rose, you don't need any tools or cutters. You just literally need the paste and a plastic sheet from an office supply.
This is just an acetate folder you might buy in any stationer's. Take small pieces of sugar paste and roll into balls about the size of a hazelnut.
It's weird. It's like it's a bit like plasticine, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of stretchy, but it will set eventually quite firm.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, then fold the plastic over and just flatten them a little bit so they don't roll away.
I've never actually done anything like this before. Not as intricate, not like this anyway. Certainly not like this.
The petals are formed by smoothing down the ball to an oval shape and thinning one side.
A little bit thinner there, otherwise your petals look a bit chunky.
Oh, right. Don't want chunky, do we? This just feels great doing this.
To create the petal, roll round the sugar paste, keeping the top open. Then take the second petal and overlap the first. Tuck in the next petal and repeat the overlapping technique, just like I'm attempting to do.
And now go with your last layer of petals. Same process, over the open edge.
Yeah.
First one, and then lay the petals around.
Slightly higher again, or?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
Oh, thank you.
I just fold the upper part of the petal back as well and give it a little pinch. That makes it look quite realistic and natural.
I'm getting into this, Peggy.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Good. Not bad. It is a little bit what we would call a cabbage rose.
I was going to say, it doesn't really look like a rose. It looks like a new flower.
But you know what? Roses really improve his practice. And this rose is one, whenever I have a new trial for a new staff member coming in, I always give them the rose to do first. And I let them do 10 of them. Because I want to see a bit of improvement between the first and the last one.
You see that? I mean, if I saw that on a cake, I think that's brilliant. Give me that. What would you mark me out of 10? Would I go through to the next round with that?
Well, I'll give you another try, yes.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like my first attempt at making roses wasn't so bad. Later on, Peggy will be making some more sugar paste decorations to go on top of my strawberry mousse cake.
A little bit thinner there, otherwise your petals look a bit chunky.
Oh, right. Don't want chunky, do we?
Now Peggy and her assistant Olivia are going to help me decorate my next pudding.
Now I'm going to make a strawberry mousse cake. It's a very light cake and it's got strong flavours of strawberries all the way through. I've got fresh strawberries and I've got the puree going into the cake itself. Now, Peggy, it's not like a sort of stodgy cake that you can just lump stuff on. It's going to be quite a delicate thing. You all right with that, putting a decoration on it?
Sure. I'm going to make some tiny sugar strawberries.
Oh, cute.
And then I thought we'll do some very light strawberry blossoms with that and little leaves to create a really lovely gardeny theme.
How very me.
This dessert makes quite an impression, bursting with strawberry flavour. The light and fluffy mousse rests on the top of a Genoese sponge, and today I have Peggy's decorations to really set it off.
Okay, now to start with, what I've got in here at the moment, I've got a straight Genoese sponge at the bottom of this tin.
A Genoese sponge is easy to make and a perfect base for this dish.
The next thing I'm going to add is a mousse, and again this mousse will really liven up this, and I'm using proper strawberry puree and I'm using jelly in there as well. But to kick off with, evaporated milk into a bowl.
Whisk the evaporated milk until it's bubbly. The key ingredient to create a light mousse is air, and this is when you add it in. Add cool melted jelly. This is what will help the mousse set. And finally, I've blended and sieved strawberries to make a luscious puree.
The smell is absolutely gorgeous on this. Fold around the outside. So that's your filling. Park that to one side.
Oil around a cake tin. This will hold your lining paper in place.
Top and tail them. I'm going to cut them in half.
The paper will keep the strawberries in place as your mousse sets.
It doesn't really matter if you can't get big strawberries. As long as all the strawberries are pretty much the same size, you can get away with it. Have you ever tried to make a flower you just can't make?
I guess some of those flowers I've just made, for example, the peony or peritulip. It takes a little while because I don't really use books or instructions to learn them. I make them up myself, really. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 goes until I'm happy with it. So it's just a question of time and patience, really, until you've got it right.
It's the same as anything in this game, isn't it? Time and patience. Now, what I've got in there, if you look inside, I've got strawberries laced all the way around. Now I've got my mousse here. I'm going to pour that into the middle. You see how light it is? You can still see all the bubbles in it. And that should find its own level. That goes into the fridge to chill down, and realistically, I'd leave it in there overnight if you had the chance, but 4 or 5 hours will probably be ample. Pop that in the fridge. I'm sure you want that has been in the fridge. And here's one that has chilled. Pop the springform case off and peel the paper off. What you've actually got is that beautiful Genoese base. Then you have the strawberries. And that, even on its own, is absolutely gorgeous. If I pop that on there. But at this stage, I think I'll pass it on to Peggy. There's my strawberry mousse cake.
So what I thought is quite nice to section the cake off. I find it always quite helpful when you're cutting it up as well. So I presume maybe 8 slices, for example?
Well, if you're from my neck of the woods, probably 3.
Okay.
But yeah, 8 is probably more normal.
I have to be careful. This is a very light mousse.
It is a very
light.
light.
They don't sink in. So I would just probably place one on each side.
They look so cute.
Very cute. And actually, I really love the color combination of pink and red. I think it goes really well together.
It's a real strawberry fest.
Yeah. Then I made some of these leaves.
They're so delicate, aren't they?
And then these are just the little white blossoms. And you know, when you look at a strawberry plant, it's got little strawberry blossoms on them, which are really cute. I think you could just place there.
Does that look like my cake? Is that the sort of cake that I
made
made?
it a Peggy cake.
You have. That's a great blend of Peggy and Paul right there. Thank you very much, Peggy. That looked fantastic. Thank you, Olivia. That is a beautifully decorated strawberry mousse cake.
Not everybody's got a Peggy in the house, but what I would normally do is dip strawberries into melted chocolate and put them on the top.
Plates.
My guests are ready to eat. Today it's been all about stretching our imaginations when it comes to ingredients. My chili beef cornbread pies were given an extra kick thanks to the Dorset Naga and chili boys Jim and Dave. Marmalade escaped the toast rack and ended up in and on top of my almond and marmalade cake, thanks to the expertise of Victoria.